Welcome, this is the Inequality Thanksgiving packet solutions. I will be going over all 8 pages in this one video. Alright, so the first part says represent each of the following as an algebraic inequality. X is at most 30, right? So you're going to use this symbol, right? Because X is at most, so the highest it can go is 30. The sum of 5x and 2x is at least 14. 5x, 2x, the addition symbols for the sum, and at least, it means it's greater than or greater than or equal to 14. Okay, because at least means you can be greater than that value. The product of x and y is less than or equal to 4. Product means it's multiplication, so x and y is less than, right here, or equal to 4, right? A 5 less than the number y is under 20. So 5 less than the number, it should be flipped, right? Because here's that number, less than 5 means subtract 5, is under, so 20's, so it has to be under less than 20. Now, some of you are wondering, wait, so is there like a guide on what word it is? Here you go. You could use this. If it's less than, you use this symbol. Greater than, this symbol. At most or no more than, you can use this symbol. Remember the equal sign under it. At least or no less than, you use this symbol. Right? Graphically, you open circle with these two symbols. You close the circle because it has to include that value. So you put the equal to symbol right there. This should be on your index card. Okay? There you go. Pause the video if you need to. Alright, let's look at the next one. Right here just gives you the steps. Read each question carefully, underline, write a let statement, determine whether to use which inequality, then you solve the inequality. Okay, just a little guide if you need, the process on it. It says if 5 times a number is increased by 4, the result is at least 19. Find the least possible numbers that satisfies this condition. Remember, these are all inequalities, so the answer should be in set builder notation, okay? Because there is a list of answers. All right, so here's my equation. All right, I'm just going to walk you through it. 5 times the number, 5x, increased by 4. That increase means it is in addition, and that is greater than or at least 19. Okay? Watch this. Do you see at least? You're using that symbol. Alright. So subtract 4, then divide by 5. X is greater than or equal to 3. So values include 3 and it goes on forever. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The least number would be 3. The sum of twice the number and 5 is at most 15. What are the possible values for the number? Okay, here you go. 2x, which is twice the sum of twice, right? Twice the number, so 2x. Sum means it's an addition. At most means it's using this symbol. Subtract 5 to both sides, then divide by 2. Your set builder is x is less than or equal to 5. So values include 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2, on to negative infinity. Seven. The cost of a gallon of orange juice is $3.50. What is the maximum numbers of container you can buy for $15? So I set up the equation 3.50 times x, that is the money, and this is x, it just represents the numbers of containers, less than or equal to 15 because that is the most that you can buy. Okay, divide 3.5, you should get x is less than or equal to 4.23. Makes no sense, you can't really have 0.23 containers. Alright, containers are a continuous value, sorry, discrete, so roughly around 4 containers of orange juice. Okay, you're gonna have changeover. Remember, you can't say 5 because at most you can buy is 4.28, and you can't really buy 0.28 containers, so you round down. So that's why it is 4 containers of orange juice. Okay. All right, let's do the next one. 8. 3 times the number increased by 8 is no more than the number decreased by 4. Find that number. Okay. Uh, right here. 3 times the number, that's 3x. Increased by 8, that's the addition plus 8. Then the number decreased by 4, which is on the right hand side, x minus 4. Alright, so move the variable first. Our smallest variable is x, so subtract x to both sides. We get 2x plus 8 is less than negative 4. Subtract 8, then divide by 2. Right, I'm dividing by a positive value, so I do not have to flip the inequality. I get x is less than or equal to negative 6 as my answer. This is in set bidder notation. So x, any value of x that is less than or equal to negative 6. So negative 7, negative 6, negative 7, all the way to negative infinity works. 2/3 of number plus 5 is greater than 12. Find that number. 2/3, it's a fraction. X plus 5 is greater than 12. Subtract 5 to both sides. How do you deal with that fraction? You could first multiply by 3, then divide by 2, or you can just say multiply by 3 over 2. Right, x is greater than 21 over 2. So the solution would be x is greater than any value of 21 over 2. I think that is roughly 10.5, so 11 would work. Alright, here we have some more word problems. In order to be admitted for a Senate ride at an amusement park, a child must be greater than or equal to 36 inches tall and less than 48 inches tall. Which graph represent these conditions? Right, so the maximum height here is for 7.999 repeating, of course, because you cannot be you cannot be 48. You have to be less than 48. So for 7.9999, right? So you cannot include 48. So it's going to be open at 48. The minimum height is 36, and you can take the value of 36. So it is closed at 36. So it is open. It is open at 48, and it is closed at 36. So the answer would be 1. Okay? All right. Remember, open, close. So it does not include 48. So it's open at 48, and it includes 36. So it's closed at 36. All right. Next one. Which statement can be modeled? Right here. It is a 5 added to the product of p, and 2 is less than 11. Next one, which is not a solution to the inequality, right? Here you go. So here's the equation. Subtract 5 because you already have one variable. Divide by negative 2. Look, I flipped this. Notice that I flip it when I divide by negative 2. So in the end, x is less than or equal to negative 4. So x can be 4, can be 3, can be 2, can be 0. It cannot be 5. 5 is not within that solution set. Okay? So the answer is this number. Okay? Alright, which statement can be modeled by x plus 3 is less than or equal to 12? Sam has 3 bottles of water together. The together means it's the addition symbol. Sam and David had at most 12 bottles of water because you do not know what Dave's bottle is. So X represents Dave's bottle. Okay. The sum of a number and 81 is greater than the product of negative 3 and that number. What are the possible values of that number? Alright, you have X plus 81 because that is the sum of a number and 81 is greater than negative 3. The product of negative 3 and that number, which is X. So again, I need to get one variable, so I'm going to subtract x to both sides. I get negative 4x. Notice once I divide that negative 4 to both sides, the inequality flips. So x is greater than 81 divided by negative 4. Okay, when I write in bidder notation, it would look like that. I want the variable on the left hand side. Okay. Alright, 4 times the number is greater than negative 48. What are the possible values for that number? Alright, so right here, 4x is greater than negative 48, greater than, divide 4, x is greater than negative 12. Okay, so we say here that x is greater than negative 12. Okay, and it has to be step builder notation because those are the values, or all possible values of it. Okay. All right, let's go to the next one here. Just again, the steps are just telling you how to do the problem. Okay. The quotient of a number in 15 is no greater than 450. What are the possible values for that number? Okay. Quotient means it's a division problem, so x divided by 15 is less than 450. Multiply 15 to both sides, I get x is less than 6,750. All right, those are all your possible values. Again, it is in set builder notation. All right, it's a badly worded question, so just skip it. Okay. Alright, Jason is saving up to buy a digital camera that costs $490. So far, he saves $175. He would like to buy three cameras. Uh, buy the camera 3 weeks from now. What is the equation used to represent how much she must save every week to have enough money to purchase the camera? So again, you have to define the variable and what the variable represent. In our case, I let the x be the weeks. So 3x, because there are 3 weeks, plus $175 is greater than 490. I subtract $175, so in 3 weeks right here, he has to make at least $315. So divide by 3 to get it in 1 week. So in 1 week, he would have to at least save $105 each week. All right, let's look at the next one. Adrienne works in New York City and makes $42 per hour. She works in an office and must get her suit dry every day for $75. If she wants to make more than $260 a day, at least how much hours must she work? So let x be the hours. So 42x minus $75 is greater than 260. Add $75 to both sides, because the reason why it's a subtract is because it's costing her that much money. Okay, right? So, okay, and she wants to make at least that much, right? So she can make more, right? So once you subtract 75, it becomes 42x is greater than 335. Divide by $42 per hour because you're trying to get it to 1 hours, and x has to be greater than 7.97-ish. Now, here's the weird part. Yes, time is continuous, but this is a shift that she makes at work. You can't really work 7.97 hours at work. You have to work your full hours, okay? Yes, I understand time is continuous, but the hours worked at a job is discrete. You work 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, or 4 hours, okay? All right. So that's why I rounded up to she has to work at least 8 hours, okay? All right. So your brother has $2,000 saved for a vacation. His plane ticket costs $637. Write and solve inequality to find out how much he could spend for everything else. Alright, so let x be that much money. X is plus 637 is less than 2,000. The reason why is because, okay, that's the most he can spend is 2,000. Subtract $637 because that's the cost of the ticket. At most he can spend is $1,363. So you can spend up to $1,363. Okay, number 6, your local bank offers free checking for an account for the balance of at least $500. Suppose you have a balance of $516.46. So you cannot go below 500. That is the right reason why it's right here, right? At least $500. At least $500. Okay. Suppose you have a balance of $516.46, and you write a check for $31. How much do you need to deposit to avoid being charged? So here I subtract, right? I subtract $516.46. So right here, I really have $16.46 left. Okay, all right. Add that much money, so you have to write a check for at least $15.50. Okay, Right? It's really weird why some of you are like, wait, why do I get a negative $16.46? That is the gap that you have from this balance. Okay? And if you subtract it, it wouldn't really make sense, right? But you're depositing it, okay? Right. So it should still be $15.50. If this doesn't make sense to you right now, just see me and I will explain it to you in class, okay? All right. All right. All right, let's look at the next one, okay? All right, the next ones are a bunch of problems. I'm not going to go over all in detail, right? These are just problems for you just to drill, right? You could pause the video because I'm not going to really give a lot of explanation. So here's page 7 solutions. Okay. Here's number 1, right? I graphed. Okay, the solution is not in set builder notation, right? But remember, it is supposed to be in set builder notation. Okay. Right, goes to the left. X is greater than or equal to 4, so it goes to the right. Less than 3 here. Okay, this is a fraction. Okay, because it's 6 over 4. Here's 5. That's an even number. Good. Alright, notice these are all open, open, open. This is closed because it has to include 3. Okay, here's 7, 8, 9. Okay. Alright, and here's 10. Again, if you want to see it in detail, just let me know. Let's like the problems up front. Okay? Alright. Here's the page 8 solution. Okay? Pause it if you want to see the solution to check your work. X is greater than 5, so it goes to the right. X is less than or equal to 3, so it goes to the left. T here. T is greater than or equal to 2. W is greater than negative 2. Right? So on, so on. Okay. Notice it's open, open here, right? It's closed. Okay. Alright, and this is open as well, close, okay? Alright, that's it. Again, pause it, rewind it if you need to see all the solutions, okay? But 8, 7 are fairly just drill and kill problems, okay? So that's why I didn't explain in details, okay? But again, go back if you want to see any of the previous problem solutions, okay? So there you go. Those are all your homework solutions for the inequality packet over Thanksgiving.